Hello, Connor Armstrong here from M&M Real Estate. I just wanted to run through the details of a standalone villa investment recommendation. It's part of the Emaar Oasis new community, specifically the Palace branded villas Ostra. So the phase was sold out pretty quickly, to be honest, as was the first phase. But there have been two cancellation units come available. Both are 5-bedroom units with basement as well. In dirhams, price is just over 19 million. Convert that to USD and it's 5.3 essentially in US dollars. Now, there is some time sensitivity around this as an opportunity because these could go at any stage. What's particularly appealing about this is the plot areas are huge, but also the built-up areas as well, over 10,000 square foot, and that's for both of the options, which we'll dive into here in a little bit more detail. Just to bring you up to speed on the location. So Emaar Oasis sits here. You are 10 minutes to the new airport, DWC, which is going to be the world's largest. 10 minutes to Expo City, which is a free zone and has some blue chip companies already operating out of there. There is a new road extension for Al Fay Road, which is going to take you across here onto Al Khail Road, and you'll be in Business Bay downtown in 20 to 25 minutes once that flyover is completed in the next year. You also have easy access on Emirates Road and across Dubai, so very, very easily accessible, and it makes it part of Dubai land where the majority of villa communities, families live. I personally live in Talal Al Ghaf, which is a new community that sits just here. Now, why this particular community should be of interest? So it's ultra low density. So there's only 3,100 standalone villas in the whole community. So there are no apartments, no townhouses, so it makes it super, super exclusive. The land area or the plot area of the total community is around the same as Dubai Hills. Now, when Dubai Hills has completed, there'll be up to 40,000 residences, including residences in apartments. But if you look at a like-to-like comparison to 3,100, it's going to be a very, very exclusive community. And as we know already, Emaar are one of the world's biggest developers and build amazing communities that show consistent patterns of growth. 25% of the land is open spaces, so parks, lagoons. There's actually 100,000 square metres of crystal lagoons. Some will be swimmable and some not. Now, it's the second phase of the master community. This phase is the luxury Palace Hotel branded villas, their first ever. The third phase, which will follow this, will be launched in 2026 and be subsequent to a 15% price increase. And then the fourth phase following that will be a further 15% price increase. So if we look at the pricing of a 5-bedroom with basement today versus what a 5-bedroom with basement will cost by the time the fourth phase launches, there'll be 1.5 to 2 million US dollars higher than what we're taking today. If we look at some comparable communities in terms of an average price per square foot, we can see there's value here. So Palace Villas by Oasis is going to be in and around 1,800 dirhams a square foot. Talal Al Ghaf, which is where I live, they're going to be 2,000 to 2,300. District 1 villas, 2,400 to 2,800, and Emirates Hills at 4,000 to 6,000. So there's clear value, but more importantly, room for growth at this kind of entry point. If we look at kind of historical market trends of some other villa communities, we can see between 2018 to 2024, Dubai Hills have increased by 56%, Ranches 2 52%, and District 1 by 65%. Now the luxury villa supply has decreased by 19% year on year, and villa prices rose by just over 32% last year in 2024. So this is driven by strong demand from both end users and investors. And actually, villas that come to the market that are priced over 10 million dirhams AED are selling twice as fast due to demand and limited supply. The key takeaway from this slide really is that only 4% of the entire market inventory in Dubai is standalone villas. So apartments make up 85%, townhouses 11%, and the rest is standalone villas at just 4%. And we're looking at another price rise by 8 to 10% in 2025, maybe higher. Here's a look at the master plan. As you'll see here, I've highlighted the two that are currently available. We'll have a zoom in. So you have V7 and V69, and this will also show you the amenities. Obviously, I can send you this so you can review in more detail, but pricing is very similar. Plot size, built-up area is very similar. The differences are in the design. So V7 has a classical design and V69 has a contemporary design. Interiors and floor plans are going to be the same. It's more to do with the exterior of the building. So here's a makeup of the floor plan. So we have the basement and some living space here, ground floor, first floor, and then the roof plan as well. And again, I'll share this with you so you can have a look through in more detail. There is space covered in the garage for 3 cars in both options. Again, the floor plans are very, very similar. Interiors, again, because they're branded Palace, branded by the Palace Hotel, they're going to be super, super luxurious interiors and finish and design. Payment plan is a standard Emaar payment plan, so 10% on booking, 10% within a month of that. You then enter a 10% payment plan. So it would be January 26 would be a further payment, July 26, and then from then you're linked to construction all the way up. So it's an 80-20 payment plan. Completion is expected September 2029. Now, just loosely looking at some projections, again, these may prove to be super conservative based on the rate the population is growing. But if we're looking at a purchase price in USD of 5.29, sale price by 2029, if we're at 35%, would be 7.1. And if we're to hold to 2031, which is when the whole community will complete, we'll be looking at 8.2. So really, really nice option in a asset class within the market that's very, very hard to find and get hold of. But if we look at this being standalone villa, exclusive community, strategically positioned with good access to areas of Dubai and major roads, but also a longer term play would be considering Dubai South and everything that's happening to this side of the city, and also Emaar, the brand, the communities they build, sell themselves. So if the numbers work, it makes a lot of sense.